about things a little differently today, and apparently I'm making dessert again. It seems to be all I ever make anymore. Actually, I'm going to have to warm these up, I think. I'm making Australian florals and honey. Now, in the notes on Australian soap makers, it accelerates, it discolours, and it rices. So, of all the things, it does all the things. So, I'm going to have to try and combat that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a layered soap. I'm going to do an uneven layered soap and put, which I think is quite appropriate, some red desert mica. Is a mica line. So, you know, because we have a great big desert in the middle of our country, or pretty much most of our country is a desert these days. Which, speaking of, it's going to rain, yay! And yeah, I'm going to just use liquid colours just for something different, because I hardly ever use liquid colours. And go for red for waratahs. This is a waratah if you don't know what a waratah looks like. Yellow for... I don't have any. Do I have any? No. Wattle. No, I don't know. Do I have any wattle anywhere? I don't think I do. No, I don't. And then green for gum leaves, which I do have, which is more of a bluish olivey green rather than a bright green. So what I was going to try and do is mix up the colours first and then put the lye in each one individually, pour the layer, do the mica layer. But I'm going to have to go warm these up to mix the colours in. So I'll pause and come back and this one will be ready. Okay, so this is 30 seconds in the microwave. We now have liquid rather than a solid. Ooh. I can hear raindrops. I can hear raindrops. Oh, you have no idea how long it's been since it rained. It's ridiculous. But yes, red and yellow are pretty synonymous with them. With Australian flora and fauna, so... And you know, gum leaves are like our thing. so I'm going to attempt those colours. Whether or not I can achieve them, who knows. I wasn't sure if I could get a red. I might have to put some mica in there. But then that was the whole point of doing this way, was so that I could play around with colours before I put any lye in there and just wrecked everything. That's way too pink. Just gonna add just a smidge of this watermelon mica, just to take it away from the pink tone. Loving it. That probably will not get stick blended again. I think I'm probably going to hand blend the lye in, which will take me longer, but or I mightn't. We'll see. So in the end, what I used was not that one. Was carmine for the liquid, and then watermelon, which is kind of an orangey colour, and rosewood mica for the red. And then we'll be back with this. I feel like the green is going to be the hardest one to mix up. Because mixing green is not my forte. Mixing colours really is not my forte. I like to just be able to just plop the colour in and be done with it. I'm going to add a little smidge of blue, just because gum leaves do have that blue tint to them, which I love. I love gum leaves. Gum leaves and wattle and gum nuts. I love gum nuts. That's why I have them tattooed on me. That's the biggest fluke of the day. I should leave that on there. Oh, it's so quiet without that fan on. Wow. Alright, so what I have used for that is lime green from Candle Supply, black from Aussie Soap Supplies, or the red was from Aussie Soap Supplies, and Blueberry Delight from mymicaobsession. And that is perfect, because that's, I don't want to put the red and the yellow together because it'll just be just too much. So I thought if I have this in the middle, it'll just calm them the hell down. Okay, so I've just checked the radar and it should be raining before I finish this video. I don't want to squeeze too hard because the last time I squeezed one of these too hard, the lid blew off and went in my soap. I'll chuck some Whitington because it's a very wonderful yellow. There's shit everywhere over here. Whatever, it's over there. It'll be right. It'll be right. Because I want this to be wattle bright. And wattle, Australian wattle is like yellow as. That yellow is called yellow. That's from Aussie Soap Supplies. Alright. I don't know. I have some flowers. With little red centres in them, right? Little tiny little flowers, which would be perfect. But I don't know whether to do them on the red or on the yellow. So I'll have to figure out which one to do first. I'm thinking they'd look better on the red. So I might do the yellow as the bottom layer. There you go, just decided. Just like that. So we go like that. Also, they tell me that liquid colours bleed in soap. So that will also be interesting to see if that is so. That has got like glitter in the bottom of it. Like everything, it's got glitter in the bottom of it. Alright, now we need to add some lye to each of these, which is 80 grams of lye. I have my little jug of lye here, so I'm just going to pop over next to us. As I'm not moving that just for this video. Alrighty. I've changed my mind. I'm stick blending the lye in. But only that little bit. Just to get it started. Come on, Rain, what are you doing? It's so hot. Okie dokie. The one thing about these that I don't like is they are actually quite hard to stir. I'm so worried about this, I don't know what it's going to do. But, I mean, I suppose you don't know what something's going to do until you do it. They are hot though. This one's hot. I don't know why this one's so hot. It's like the lye just went, "Whee! Let's have a hot party." I don't know. Who knows? I'm a bit spastic. Alrighty. Let's see what happens. Yes, it's ricey. It will have to be stick blended, so we won't muck around with it. We'll just stick blend it. And it stinks. I don't like it, people. I don't like it at all. And yes, it races. So let's get that in the mould. You can see that's thickening up. It's not stupidly thick though, so it's not bad. Oh, bloody hell. I've done this wrong. Oh well. Never mind. Yellow on top it is. Yeah, I mean it's not workable. I mean you can still work it, so I wouldn't, this is not a fragrance I would use if I was going to use, if I was going to do like, you know, intricate swirls or anything like that, but it's not too bad. It smells awful. Oh no, that one doesn't have lye in it, so that one does. Yeah. I'm just gonna I think my spatula is just a little bit too big for that, so I might get a spoon in there because I want to get a really uneven surface. So let's get a spoon in there, and yes, it is setting up quite quickly now it's in the mould, I'm noticing, so but geez, it smells like Australia. It smells like bottle brushes, I think, is probably what it smells the most like, and like the honey from them. So it's definitely got that honey scent to it. Definitely, 100% has that. So these have all been on point so far. Like that, the bamboo grass one, not so much. It was alright, but it just smells. But that, so what was the second one I did? Don't even know. Australian bush that I did last week. That was totally on point. Right, let's give this a clean. And give it an extra clean because it's got red all over the top of it. So what we might do, yeah, yep, there you go, served me right. I have soap in where I've chewed skin off my thumb. So I've chewed skin. I don't know if you can see it or not off of here. And the soap got in there. The little youchies. Alright. So, is this going to be dark enough? Oh, yeah. I'm going to go with it because I like it. I like the colour of it. So, I'm going with it. Ugh, this will be another one of these ones that'll sit on the curing rack and annoy me because I don't like the smell of it. It's too floral. I hope I don't put you guys off when I just carry on about how much I hate a scent. If you like florals, you'll probably like this because it's very floral. I do not. And I won't like next week's one either. Australia's a shit month for me. I haven't liked any of them. How's that even fair? Oh, look, there's a bottle brush that blooms. I don't know what time of the year. I think it's an odd time. It's like winter or sometime. And, oh, seriously, it's foul. I hate it. Bottle brush, for those of you who aren't Australian, grevillea, as far as I know. I may probably be wrong. I just know they're bottle brushes. If you maybe I should pop up a picture because they look like a bottle brush. That's why we call them that. Like, Australians are just like stupidly lazy when it comes to nicknames for things. It looks like a bottle brush. Let's call it a bottle brush because, you know, it's so much easier to say than grevillea. But yeah, we are Aussies. We're a bit weird. Okay, now this second layer I'm going to have to try and keep it as liquid as possible because we're going to have to fill in these holes, right? So fingers crossed, because we now know how thick this is going to go. So what I might do is I'll give this a quick whiz. Just to make sure that everything's incorporated. And then what I'll do, I'm just wondering if I put the lye and the fragrance in at the same time, then I only have to give it one whiz. No, I can hear thunder! You know I'm not going to. I don't want to stress myself out that I've done something wrong, so I may as well leave that in there, honestly. That's not thunder, that's a truck. That's gone much better. Anyway, stop messing with it. Stop messing with it, you stupid woman! I'm not pouring over the spatula because that last layer will be so thick it won't matter. And as I'm pouring, I'm just sort of trying to make it lumpy, because why not? It just saves me adding extra lumps. So well, I'll give it a bit of a tap down before I do any more. But that's more just to get it into the holes underneath than anything else. So yeah, it was good that I was able to look this up and know what to expect, because I would have attempted some sort of swirl with this, I think, if I hadn't known. So that was really good that I could do that. That's when the list on this should be a little bit darker, but stop fussing. That's when the list on Australian soap makers comes in so handy, because we've, you know, a lot of us have already worked with these fragrances. So, but yeah, you know, we all have such different recipes that does, you know, doesn't necessarily do the same thing. Like I read that last week's one, whatever that was, Australian bush seized, and it was beautiful for me. So it's funny, isn't it? I'm not sure what they did to make it seize. Maybe they got a bad batch of fragrance, perhaps. Who knows? You just can't tell with these things. But this should be interesting to see. I don't know if you'll see this mica layer between these two layers, but between the green and the yellow it should be fairly prominent. Whoop, it's just falling out. And the wind's blowing it everywhere. You can probably hear the window rattling in the background. It's still not raining! I said it would be raining before this soap was finished. The weather's making me a liar. Bloody weather. Alright. There's not a lot down that edge there. It's so hard to get to the edges. Holy crap, my back's sore. Alright. Oakley dokley. Last one. Give that a bit of a clean. Next door neighbour's out hosing. Because, you know, what else are you going to do before it rains? Ah, dearie me. God, 26 minutes already, although I'll have to edit a lot of that out, so it's good. And I haven't added a smell me. Shit. I guess the smell me is just going to be yellow. Now I'm not worried at all about that going bright yellow because I expected it. It will come back to the pretty yellow that it was. It's cool watching it thicken up as it's coming out of the container. Oh Jesus. You don't want to mess around with this stuff, do you? Look at that. Now I want to get this reasonably even on top because there's the flowers to put on there, so I have to move fairly quickly because she's thickening and we're not going to worry about what's left in there. So what I'm going to do real quick is just that looks dreadful. Yeah, and I think I'll put the flowers on the top. I think what I might do just trying to give it a bit of texture. I think I'm going to put more of that red desert on the top, just because I think it's just, I don't think the flowers will suit it, so you're so cute. Oh well, best laid plans and all that, you know how it goes. Alright. Hello. I haven't even got this out of the mould yet. I was a bit keen to cut it, obviously. Wait. Oh, just keen to see it, honestly. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Wow. It stinks. Well, but according to me it stinks. Wow, that red's vibrant as. Yeah, I don't like the smell. It's very floral. It's very Australian. I like the fact that it's very Australian. Oh yeah, looks promising, guys. Look at this. Wow. Wow. Righto. Ooh, smell that goat's milk. Ew pew. Oh no, that's friggin' fantastic, and you can see the mica line has a wonderful sparkle to it. Oh, that's just epic. Oh, I love the lines. I didn't do straight lines for a change. It's so good. Oh no, I have a flea on me. I can feel it. Bloody fleas. Bloody cats. No, this is beautiful. This is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. That green is... Remember I said, oh no, that green's too dark? It's not too dark at all. It's actually darker than it's showing on the camera. It is perfect. I couldn't be happier with that. That's an Aussie soap if ever I've seen one. Heh, green and gold. Oh duh. Didn't even think of that. Go me, green and gold. Wow, Aussie. Here's me, I'm an Aussie and I didn't even know. Well, I'm proud and didn't even know. I'm not proud to be Australian because I didn't choose to be an Australian. I just am one. So, you know, I just am. So I don't understand being proud of being whatever your heritage is, because you didn't choose it. It's just what you are. But anyway, it's just one of those weird things. Just one of those weird things. But yeah, I'm loving this. So happy. So happy. That's just, it's just perfect. Just bloody perfect. Alright, well, that's it. We've got one more Aussie soap to go. And that will be the end of our Australian soaps. And then next month will be whatever I decide it is, because I was going to do one thing. I think I might have changed my mind. Who knows? Alright, I'll see you for the next one. Bye.